Yes, thank you, Mr. President. As chair of the committee, I'm standing here with mixed feelings today. On the one hand, I'm proud of the work that we have done, all these meetings, all these missions, spoken to over 200 interlocutors. It really has been a thorough investigation. I also congratulate the rapporteur and all the shadows on the excellent result. On the other hand, the findings of our committee, the facts that we've uncovered, paint a very troubling picture about the abuse of spyware in our European Union. And this spyware is a very invasive, very problematic piece of technology that can be a powerful tool to fight criminals, to fight terrorists, but if it's used in the wrong way by governments with different intentions, it is a huge risk for rule of law and democracy, both at the national and the European level. And this is why we need to address this and regulate this urgently. And some of the recommendations in the report I would like to highlight. First, spyware should always be subject to an effective judicial authorization and independent supervision. Instead of banning spyware, we should really make sure that member states adhere to certain requirements in using it, like investigating and resolving all cases where alleged abuse of spyware is relevant. Prove that the spyware framework, the regulatory framework, is in line with the standards of the Venice Commission and the case law of the European Court of Justice. Cooperate with Europol during these investigations and repeal all export licenses that breach the dual-use regulation. In addition, when invoking national security grounds, as you also mentioned, Commissioner, there must be a justification. Member States should demonstrate compliance with EU law, including the principles of proportionality, necessity, legality and legitimacy. Now, Commission, dear empty chair of the Council, I'm convinced that we have done our job and we look to you now to take this further, and we'll be closely watching you while you do so. One last point, President, if you allow me a personal note. I was informed that last weekend I featured prominently on Polish state television, and it's even insinuated that I had direct links with Putin. Now, this is outrageous, and it shows two things. The Polish government will stop at nothing to divert attention from its attempt to abolish rule of law in Poland, and it means that our work has effect. Our measures that we propose are so scary for the Polish government that they resort to this kind of poisonous tactics. So let's make sure this only emboldens us to keep our work of scrutiny even stronger in the future. Thank you.